I'm at TubeTalk.
Welcome back to you, Doug. How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good, mate. Good. How'd your football go last Saturday?
It went well, we won 6-1.
Get any goals?
Yeah, I got 3 goals, so that's pretty mean.
And you hit the post once?
Yeah, I was unlucky.
You guys unbeaten at the moment. Great season. See if you can finish it off.
Yeah.
Continuing to win. Take out the grade. Maybe don't hit the post so much.
Well, it's not the only good season we've had, is it, Dad?
Oh, I like your segue.
We also had a great season last season, and before the new season begins, we'll just go over some of the stats. So, we had $3.7 million in prize money last season, didn't we?
Yeah, which is a record for us, and it's a massive effort. Yeah, massive effort. 3.7 million, enormous.
As well as that, we had 25 stake wins, or placings in the season as well.
We did. We had 9 individual stakes wins, 25 top 3 stake performances. And to put that into perspective, that the 3.7 million would put us second on the New Zealand Trainers Premiership. The 9 stakes wins would put us second on the New Zealand Premiership. We had 58 wins. And that's from a small base of horses. Like, if you took out our yearlings, which don't race, and our 2-year-olds, and a lot of our 2-year-olds are bought to be stayers, they don't race, as 2-year-olds. We have about 50, maybe just under 50 active horses. So to get 58 wins, $3.7 million and 25 stakes performances is just phenomenal. And I'm so enormously proud of everyone in Go Racing and the support of the owners and our trainers and everything that goes towards making it a success for the owners. So finished the season very happy.
Moving on to this week. On Saturday at Ruakaka, race 1, we have Like It Sweet.
And I'm celebrating with a glass of water. No alcohol. Like It Sweet. He travelled up lovely last time and he just couldn't let down the very heavy track, so we've sent him to Ruakaka to get onto a better track. Awkward barrier draw, but he's got good ability, this horse. He should have won a maiden by now. Don't be surprised on an improved track if you see him rolling along and being right in the finish.
At Rickerton, race 5, we have Make Time.
Gone down for the Grand National Carnival. 1,200 metres. He's a better 1,400 metre horse, but he has won at 1,200. Good grade for him. He shouldn't mind the very heavy track. It'll make it more like a 1,300 metre race. Drawn a bit wide. Lily Southern claims 4 kilos. Great each way chance.
Race 6, Deal's Done.
Loves it wet. Wetter the better. Has got to carry 60 kilos. No claimer on board. Courtney Barnes right. 1,800 metres is a touch short. Look, if it was a heavy 27, they went 2 miles, he would love it. So just the 1,800 metres is a query that's long enough for him, but he'll love the track conditions. He's in form. He's a good each way chance.
And then race 7 is Rock Island Line.
Loves Rickerton. 4 starts for 2 wins the second. Heads back down. Lily Sutherland on board, claiming 4 kilos. Good distance. He's got a wide draw, but that should only really help him on a very heavy track. He's a good each way bet. Good each way bet. It's not a bad race. A couple of nice wins in there, but he loves it at Rickerton.
Moving on to Australia. At Sydney, race 7, we have 3 runners in 1 race.
We do.
So we have Lord Ardmore.
Lord Ardmore to start with. Easy winner last start. Very progressive horse. Nice barrier draw. Hugh Bowman on board. Should get a nice run just behind the speed. Gets him well at the weights. Awfully hard to beat.
And then as well as that, we have Skyman.
Skyman stakes winner last start. James McDonald on board. Massive chance. He's got barrier 14 to 14, so he's going to get back in the field with cover. And that just gives Lord Ardmore, because of the barrier draw, just a little bit of an edge on him. But there's nothing really between them, not much at all. If there's a good tempo on in the race, he'll be hooking out, he'll be storming home, and he's a winning chance.
And then finally we have Mubaraz.
Mubaraz, he's coming to form. He's third up. He was third last start to Lord Ardmore, but He just needed to run a little bit, and sorry, excuse me, Doug. He needed to run a little bit, and he just got a little bit too far back in the tax. He ran home really well. He's fitted third up. Tommy Berry knows him really well. He's got a nice midfield barrier where he should settle midfield. He'll be that much closer. He's in the top 5 picks for the race. He'll be over the odds, and he'll be hitting the line well. And he also is a good each way chance. 3 really nice horses with good targets ahead of them in the future.
Then on Sunday at Hawera, race 1, we have Can't Catch Her.
It's her last chance. She's been a little bit disappointing, and she is bred to stay. She's run well over staying ground distances before. She was building nicely, and then last up on a very wet track at Hastings, she didn't perform. So it's D-Day for her. She gets up in distance to a track that she likes. She's got Michael McNabb on, the champion jockey, so she gets every chance to prove herself. And she can be good. I think we just got to strike a slightly better track than we did last time.
And then finally at Sandown, race 8, we have El Abia, that's it.
Our European import, really interesting horse. We bought him as a 2-year-old last year. He had 2 starts over 2,000 metres for second, coming from last on both occasions. He's going over 1,500. He's a maiden, but he arrived in Australia with a rating of 63, so we put him in a benchmark 64 handicap. He's the only non-winner in the race. The 1,500 metres is too short for him. He's a real 1.5 plus horse, but I really, really like this horse. I think he's got a massive future. He's got he's trialled up well. He's got a little bit more speed in his legs. I think he'll settle. Hopefully, he'll settle sort of midfieldish with Brett Pebble on board from barrier 4 and be doing his best work late. Not expecting him to win. I'm just expecting this to be a good stepping stone for him, but really, really interested to see him go around because I think he's got a lot of ability.
And then moving on to bit of the week now. And then for this bit of the week, race 8, the Missile Stakes, we have Count de Rope.
Count de Rupee.
That's it.
Really, really good horse. Great distance stats. Great fresh up stats. I think he's in very, very well at the weights. 57.5 kilos. He's not giving away much weight to many horses. I suspect they'll be trying to get an Everest slot for him. He'll be forward. I think at $5.50, I think he's probably the class sprinter in the field. I think he's over the odds. We ended last season with a bit of the week victory. Let's go and start this season with a bit of the week victory. I thought he'd be about $4, so I think he's excellent value.
Was that your first bit of the week victory last week or last season?
Oh, you're funny.
Because the first time I had my bit of the week, I'm pretty sure mine won.
Well, if I go down on Saturday, you can be bit of the week next week.
Alright, that's the deal.
I'm up.
Alright. Well, that's TubeTalk.
That's TubeTalk, and we'll see everyone next week.
Alright.
English comes off heels and the mare is starting to let down. English goes after Fell Swoop. Russian Revolution's run his race further back to Voodoo Lad. It's English and Fell Swoop fighting it out. Chautauqua very late. It's English a half length in front. Can he do it? Chautauqua, he's flying. Yes, there's history. Chautauqua makes it 3 in a row.